Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you the finished bracelets from one of the first things that I did when I opened my Egyptomania box. So let's take a look. So if you're interested in getting the next box, it's called Desert Caravan. And it sounds like it's going to be amazing. So I'll put the links in the description so you can order your box. They added more boxes and they added more space for subscription. So if you don't want to miss anything, especially the lead up to Christmas, and of course, I'll be helping design the Christmas box next week. So excited about that. So go ahead and check out the link. It's John Bead Friends and Family, and you can order your box there. So let's take a look at what I have. It feels like it's been a long time. Excuse me. The cat was just in my office. Yes, I am allergic and I have a cat. Yeah, so this was one of the first things I did when we opened the Curiosity box. Was I created one of these strands. I can't remember if I did a black one as well, but I went ahead and did one. So it might just be a reveal. The reason being is this design. So this is actually two bracelets together. So this design with the pearls and these beautiful flat speckled, they look like robin's eggs. They are stunning in real life, let alone on camera. They're so beautiful. And they just went really well with the cream colored pearls. So I do have a video, and I linked that video on how to make this just the one strip. Now, there's a whole series of videos showing you how to do something like this, and let me just show you. Hopefully this isn't too complicated to... I will do a playlist giving the video that you do the one strip, then you put the two strips together, then you bezel, and then you do the clasp. Now this clasp is simple. And I purposely did these two clasps simple because the other one was quite extensive. So this was the first one I made, and these are the lovely flat oval beads that we got in, I can't remember which box that was, but we got it in another box. So this is the black backlit. You can see the incredible AB colors coming through, but this side looks amazing too. I always love this kind of shiny side as well. So this was the initial one, and we used the Preciosa velvet beads for our pearls instead of the pearls. And this turned out amazing. And then I went one step further and I tried to find beads that were basically the same length. And I had these lovely flower beads that I've been kind of hoarding, of course, and made these. So I made a bunch of different colors of these. So there's those videos too. So I'll link all those videos. I will put them in a playlist, and then I'll link the playlist to the information in this video. But this is the blue one. So these were the beads here that we used, or I used. These were in our Curiosity box. I'm obsessed with these beads. They're so beautiful. And then what I did, I basically did it the same way I did those bracelets, but I did do something different. So here's the thing too, is you don't have to bezel anything. I attached these two strips with a 6mm bicone, Swarovski bicone. And the reason I did that is I wanted to make this just the bracelet without the bezeling to make it easier for you as well. And attaching these were super simple. It's just basically going through these beads, attaching that way, going back, and going through it twice and then all the way down. But if you want to bling it out, like I've done, so I had these lovely rectangular crystals that I got online. They're super cheap. Just, when I got them, I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'll use them for, but I'll just put them away. And as soon as I started putting this together, I'm like, oh, let me see if I have any that will fit. And they turned out really amazing. So let me show you the back. This bezeling technique is one of the simplest bezeling techniques around. You kind of have to figure out how many beads you're going to put and play with it to see if your crystal's going to actually sit in it. Now they're a bit loose, like you can see. Actually, that one's tight. I lied. Let me see. This one's a bit loose. Yeah, that one's really super loose. Oh yeah, they get looser as you go. I think what happened was I got looser as I went because I may have been too tight on the first couple. But depending on how you like yours, if you like them tight, then go through it a second time, that kind of thing. But yeah, basically you just create the bottom piece and then using these 3mm bugles. They are amazing. So when I went to attach the top part, I just go through that first 3mm bugle and then attach however many beads I need just in a circle. So 3 beads, another bugle, 3 beads, and then go to the next bugle at the base down here. So you add 1 on each of those. And then once you'll see, it starts to look like kind of like a claw that you're going to put a crystal in. So these things stick out. And then you just go through and add however many beads. So I added 5 beads here and 2 on the side and made it around. Before I tightened it, I put my crystal in. And that's how simple that is. So if you're interested, I can do a sample of this. Like I'll probably just do something like this to show you. You know what? This turned out so nice that I will probably end up doing some different colors. So that's that one there with these gorgeous egg shell beads. Robin's egg beads. Oh my gosh. I had to save some of these for Easter. I think I have enough to do 1 strip of a bracelet with that. So then we got these ones are basically the same as these yellow ones that I showed you at first, but they're black and they are gorgeous. Got a bunch of those too. I probably have enough of these to make a whole other bracelet. And look at this. I used a Swarovski silver gray 4mm beads and these lovely matte 3mm bugles. And I'm stunned at how gorgeous they look. Oh, and then I came across, I don't think I have the name for this black. This is a 6mm fire polished, and that's what I use to connect. And again, I had no plans on putting any crystals inside. It looked amazing. Like you can see this part of it looks just amazing, just like that. But you know me, I had to bling it up. I feel like there's not you know what, I think the darker color, there's less light here. Let's see if I can adjust there. So, yeah, so these ones here, I came again, I sometimes like go on AliExpress and order stuff. It seems like we're still low light here. Let me see if I can adjust that a little. So I'll order stuff and then I get them and I'm like, oh, I don't know, they look a bit junky, whatever. And I think that was the case with these here. I was not too happy with them. But then when I had the black bracelet, I'm like, I need something black to put in there, and came across these square crystals and point back. Look at that. Turned out amazing. Again, super simple. Just figure out the base where you need to hold your stuff. This one here, it's easy to attach it to the, you start by attaching your seed beads and your bugles to your pearls on each corner all around. And then you just add the beads that will enough to connect each of those bugles. And there's your base. Flip it over. I think, yeah, so then for the second set of prongs, I guess you would call it, for the bugles, you, this is really, it's just my camera, I guess. So, yes, for this section here, you attach it again where you have your initial bugle. So I made the mistake. I was going along and I guess I put it down and then came back to it. And I made the mistake of attaching this section here of the prong to the pearl. And I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't fit. So it's very important to connect it to the initial bugle and not the pearl on the second go. And it's pretty straightforward after that. So I added those 4 all the way around, sat my crystal in, and then added some beads. Now at the end, because there's not a lot of, because it's square and you need something to hold it in, I did feel like adding these two, these are 50 O's by the way, adding these two 50 O's after I did the whole pass. Of course, you can see it's still moves a bit. So I went through the 50 O's here and then added the 2 and went to the next one, added the 2 and used that to kind of cinch it in. But it also gave it this really cool, like almost like a filigree look to it. These little beads that are kind of like prongs holding your crystal in. So that's that one. Let's take a look how that looks. And of course, I got some advice. I was going to put a round one like this. I have a silver one. I was going to put a round one here. And I thought, you know what? The square looks a lot better because it's the crystal is square. And the other thing too is initially, if I'm doing a bracelet like this, I will often cut these prongs off that aren't being used. I decided not to for a couple of reasons. If I ever need to take this off and use it for something else, then, you know, I still have that prong. The other thing is you can attach a dangle there, whatever, or, you know, you could put a strand going from one side to the other like that. So that's that one. Let me show you this one. This one's amazing. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I am so excited. So this has been an incredible box. I'm stunned. I still have tons of stuff that I'm working on, and I'm trying to just put things away before my trip. But so this one here, I used a bar clasp, and I just basically strung enough beads to give it some movement, and then I put beads along the top as well so that it fancies it up and brings it together with the bracelet. So that's how I did that one. And this one here, I have shown in a video how to add these are really cool. They're like end caps, but they pinch, they're open. So I do like a herringbone stitch, and the last stitch, instead of putting 2 beads, I put 1 bead, and then I squeeze one of these on top. So that's only attached by 1 bead, but I reinforced it a few times with thread. So that's how those went on there. And you can make these longer if you need them too. So that's those two things. I did have something else to show you. I had an idea for another earring / video for this box, but I think I'm probably up to about 15 videos. So I'm going to do my best to get this one ready to show you how to make it. This was so much fun. This is basically a ladder stitch. You just do a strip of ladder stitch, and then you go back on each side of that ladder stitch and add a 15-0 bead. And then when you get it cinched together around, these are the, let me get the crystals out. We got these in our, I put it away to make the next one. So these here, we got a bunch of these in our box. So I wanted to bezel around it to really fancy it up. So yeah, so you add your 15-0s on each side of that ladder stitch. So on that side too. And then you take your thread and you go through just the 15-0s and you pull it tight, and it closes it like a bezel. And then I just attached these lovely red daggers and some of these copper beads and a wire guard on the top. And these remind me like of the 80s jewelry with the big leaves and stuff like that. But you know what? I can't help it. It looks so amazing. So there you go. So I'm going to work on doing a strip. If I can get this strip done, which should be fine, like I should be able to do that in a half an hour, and hopefully get a video done for you tomorrow to show you how to make it. It's so lovely and a great way to fancy up the crystal. And I think it kind of gives it a bit of an Egyptian look with the red and the lots of gold, lots of bling. So that's these lovely designs. I think I finished these on the weekend, and I've just been busy with other stuff. So there you go. Take care, everybody. Don't forget to check out John Bead Friends and Family if you want to order your next box, which is Desert Caravan. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.